Hi, I am trying something different and gonna make a IGTV video because stories always cuts me off, and you guys know when something's on my heart, I need more than 30 seconds to share. So what I want to talk about today is something that's been coming up quite a bit with myself and others, but a lot myself. So I needed time to work through that, and I wanted to share with you what kept coming up for me when I would meditate on it and just really dive deep. And that is to stop playing small, that you can have it all. And I really struggle with this because society, cultural conditioning has taught us that we have to choose between this or that. They haven't taught us that we can have this and that. So I'm here to encourage you that you can change that or with and, okay? And life is way too short to be playing small in any area of your life. And I'm not saying that it happens overnight. It takes you really tapping into your heart and soul to make those empowered decisions and to make those heart-centered decisions, and not making a decision based on scarcity mindset or fear. You will never feel fulfilled in your life if you continue to make decisions based on fear or a scarcity mindset, because life is meant to be lived abundantly and for you to live it with all the things that your soul yearns for. Not your ego, your soul. There's a big difference. And if you're wanting something out of your ego, your mind, let's say, for example, maybe you want a new phone or a new laptop because you want to look cool on, your social circle or your Instagram or at your office, whatever it may be. That is out of ego, okay? Now, if you're investing in yourself, a phone or a laptop, same scenario, to invest in yourself, in your business, in your future, because you know it's going to take you to that next level that you're getting to, that you're trying to vibrate to, that is completely different. That is a heart-based decision, okay? So I just want you to know that if you stay in that scarcity mindset and you consistently withhold what your soul is pulling you to, it's just a very low vibration place to be, and you will always just kind of feel icky and not enough, and you will experience burnout probably multiple times. I speak from experience, okay? And excuse me for looking down. I was journaling, and I want to make sure I don't skip over anything, because a lot of times things will just come through and come up, and then I feel compelled to share with you. So when you stay in that vibration, that can actually physically manifest in other ways. So if you constantly hold yourself back and stay in that lower vibration, it can physically manifest in other ways, meaning sometimes it can make you sick. Sometimes it can manifest in your relationships with either your partner or your friendships or your family or your children. It can manifest at your job. There's other ways that it'll manifest if you constantly stay in that scarcity, low vibration mindset. And in order to change that, you have to push and expand out of that. You really have to step outside of your comfort zone to have that change. And it may feel uncomfortable, but that is your ego. Your ego will always start cranking up the mind monkeys, right? I call them the mind monkeys. And those mind monkeys are, you don't make enough money, you don't know what you're doing, you don't have enough time, what are you going to gain from this? The list goes on, right? That's your ego. That's not your heart speaking. And how you can change that is your thoughts. We have about, I think it's like 50,000 thoughts a day. And if you are constantly saying negative things about yourself to yourself, guess what? That is going to come to life. But if you constantly say good things as if they're already happening, or express gratitude, I should say, and express gratitude, not or, and express gratitude for what's actually happening now, you will attract more of that to you, okay? So for example, a lot of people that I work with, money, they have so many money blocks. Say to yourself, money flows easily to me. I have an abundance amount of money, and I will have XYZ. So for example, some of you that are always liking my posts, sending me messages, I can feel that you want to work with me, but you have some blockages happening. Say to yourself, money will flow to me easily and abundantly, and I will work with you. Just tell yourself that multiple times a day. If you get any sort of discount, or you find a penny, or you get a refund, take a moment and really express your gratitude for that and say, thank you so much for this penny. Thank you so much for this $2 discount, okay? Express that gratitude. More and more of that will come to you in little and big ways, but be grateful for each little and big bit, okay? So also, a lot of you will wait for, and this was me, I'm a recovering perfectionist, recovering control freak. You will wait for a perfect time or opportunity to take that step, take that leap that you're wanting to do. Okay? Stop. Just take that jump, because I'm here to tell you, and I'm sure you've heard it before, there is never a right time. There's never a right time, okay? The right time is when you feel your whole body, your soul, your heart pulling at that decision. That is when the right time is. Because when you take that leap in that moment, when you have a full body, yes, I want, like, oh, this is it. When you say yes to yourself in that moment, it is so exhilarating, and the energy that will come to you will be times 10 when you make that decision in that moment. If you keep holding back and keep pushing away, waiting for the right time, whether it be when you have a certain amount of money, when you have a certain job, when you have a certain amount of time available to you for whatever, it's all bullshit, okay? So there is never a right time. The only right time is when you feel the pull. And you will know what that pull is. It's not from your mind. Again, it's not from your mind and your ego. It's from your heart, okay? Because your heart, I think I wrote it down. It's like 5,000 times more powerful, and you can Google that, than anything else. So go Google it or research it, however you do your research, and find out if that is true. And you will find that it is, and you will find that when you tap into your heart and you listen to your heart, which is connected to your soul, you will have a different level of happiness, okay? And it's almost like when you keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, you're just avoiding, like, the visual that I had that came to mind was like when you rip off the Band-Aid. You see the Band-Aid and it's on there, and you know it needs to come off in order to really fully heal. But you don't want to rip it off because you know it might be painful. It might not. You're not really sure. You've heard it's painful. You've heard all these kinds of stories. But I'm here to tell you that doesn't have to be your story. Your story can be different. Your story can come with ease and flow and grace and all the things. You just have to take the Band-Aid off to find out. If you want to rip it off fast, go all in. If you want to gently pull it off, gently pull it off. You get to decide how you want to take that Band-Aid off. But if you don't take that Band-Aid off, it'll stay there, but it's going to get real nasty, okay? So that is the same thing when you are withholding what your soul really wants. You're staying in that low vibration. It's getting yucky over time, and it just keeps piling on, doesn't it? And it just gets harder. It gets harder to tune in and tap into your heart and your soul and what it really wants. So the sooner that you come to that place of, let me take the Band-Aid off, it will feel so exhilarating, okay? And when you fully stretch yourself and expand yourself, again, you'll go to a completely different vibration level than you can't even wrap your brain around right now, but just trust me. Okay? And it's just, I just want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Oh yeah. When you also make those decisions, you are assuming that your past is going to remain in your present and will be your future. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is a lot of you that have money blocks, when you talk with me, or maybe you haven't messaged me, I know how your mind works because I've been there. You think that because you have X amount of money in your bank account, or you have XYZ amount of money as your salary, that is going to be your present and your future. You're already assuming that will continue. You're not even open for possibilities of more money when you say no to things that will create a higher vibration for you to level up, whether that be working with me, whether that be investing in something in your business, whether that be investing in something in your personal relationships that you know that needs to happen. You're just assuming that your past is going to continue. That's not healthy, okay? The past is the past, the present is right now, and the future is an illusion, okay? You get to decide what is going to be in your bank account right now and in the future. So if you're hanging on to the past of, well, this is my salary and that is what it is, well, guess what? That's what you will always have then. But if you are open to creating a new vibration and mindset around money and having more of it, and that it's not greedy, and that it is okay to have an abundant amount of money, to have all the things that your soul longs for, that's where the magic happens, okay? So, I'm gonna make sure I'm not missing anything. And okay, so when you do that, when you go all in and you take that leap of faith, and as my friend Amanda says, when you take the leap, the net will appear. Every time I've taken a leap, a net appears, okay? And as scary as it is, but each time it has expanded me beyond what I could ever fathom. It's kind of like, okay, let's just use honey for an example. I don't know why that just popped in my head, but it did. You can try to explain what honey tastes like, what it feels like, all the things. You can try to put all the labels that you want on it, but until you actually experience it, it's just indescribable. You know, it really is. You can do your best to do it, but it's going to be hard. That's kind of what it's like when you expand. You have an idea of what it's going to be like in your higher self, but it's completely different when you're actually there, okay? And basically what happens when you work with me or a coach a different, maybe you don't feel called to work with me, and that's okay. Go with who you feel called to when it's a full body yes. When you work with a coach that's meant for you, they coach you to a door that you didn't even know existed. And when you open that door, holy moly, like it's a whole nother reality and universe that you didn't even know existed. You didn't even know the door was there to open. That's what it's like when you really crack open your portal of possibilities. That's what it's like. So decisions really, truly need to be made from your heart and not your mind. It keeps coming up. It keeps coming up to tell you, make your decisions from your heart, not your mind, not your ego. And this really came up for me because I have been wanting to work with, I've been wanting to expand my feminine energy and really tap into that and understand more about my body, my mind as a woman, and know more about my cycle, how it relates to the moon, and my diet and things like that. Like, I really want to expand that knowledge because I just feel a pull towards it. And I feel like that is my calling with women and men, is to step into their feminine energy or masculine energy, or taper off of either, and their sensuality, their basically alignment with relationships. Because I have been that person that was very successful. I had an amazing job. I had a college degree. I had a house. I had a vehicle. I had all the things, all the boxes were ticked off, okay? But I was suffering in my relationships with anybody, friends, family, boyfriends, not boyfriends that I thought were boyfriends. But I was really successful in my career, okay? And you have to do the inner work in order to have fulfilling relationships in your life, whether it's with yourself, with your friends, with your family, with a future partner, or the partner that you have now. You have to do the inner work. And so I wanted to invest in something that was really going to dive deeper into that, but I was holding myself back out of fear. It wasn't to do necessarily with money. It was necessarily to do with time. I felt like, gosh, am I going to have enough time? Because I'm already busy as it is. I feel like my plate is full, but that is, again, scarcity mindset and limiting beliefs. I create my own reality. I can create the time. I really had to dig deep to realize that I was scared to invest in myself for this because of where it might take me. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is a lot of people are scared to take this plunge, scared to make the change, scared to do something different because of what might be on the other side. Even though it's good, it's scary for people to know that their identity might change, because a lot of us are so stuck in scarcity, fearful mindset and drama and negative energy and woe is me and that if we lose all of that, if we shed all of that, then we're left with what? And that is very scary for a lot of people. And I didn't realize that that's what I was doing. I realized when I really dug deep about it that I didn't want to invest in this course because I knew how much magic was on the other side. And it was very scary. But once I realized that, and I realized that, I'm not saying that money blocks didn't come up. There was definitely some money thing there, but I knew that this is what I needed to take the plunge, to take it to the next level. And I knew that if money wasn't an issue, I would have already signed up like that. So I needed to dig deeper. I was like, okay, now that I've worked through the money blocks, what is really holding me back? And that's what it was. I was scared of finding out who I really was, because I had been a certain version, a fake version really, but to me it was authentic, but I was a certain version for so long that I didn't know who I was going to be on the other side. So I did it though. I did it, you guys. I invested in myself and I took the plunge. I leaped, the net appeared, and my reality is completely different. I am not the same person I was a month ago. I'm not the same person I was 4 months ago, 6 months ago. Every day I'm expanded, I'm pushed, I'm higher. Like my vibration is just high. And I'm like, how can I even go higher than this? But you know what? I can. And it's just going to continue. That is incredible. And that is how I got to be to where I am. That is how I got to be to this amazing role of being a soul mastery empowerment coach. And it is so fulfilling to me to give back and help other people experience a different reality than what they're used to and really step into who they're meant to be, who they're supposed to be, and have this just fulfilling life that they deserve, that you deserve. You deserve to be truly happy from a heart and soul perspective, not what society tells you will make you happy. Okay? And that is where I got to be where I am. And I will continue to grow and expand. And I just wanted to share this with you. I know it's a little bit longer of a video, but it was really on my heart. And I really wanted to go into depth of it all and how I got there and what I worked through. And there's obviously so much more behind that. But that is where working with me comes into play, and I teach you all of the tools that I have learned along the way. And I'm here to tell you that you can have it all. You really can. You really can. I don't care what society or cultural conditioning has done to you or told you. I'm here to tell you that life is meant to be fun and playful and joyful and heart happy. And I'm not saying that it's, peachy 24/7. There are things that will come up and there are things that will happen. But the difference is that I teach you tools to work through those scenarios. And over time, you will be able to work through them faster because things still come up for me. But the difference is I have the tools that I need to work through those situations. And 99% of the time, it has to do with me and how I'm perceiving the situation and how I'm handling it. So I hope you found this helpful. I hope that I shouldn't say hope. I really don't like using the word hope. I want you to know that you are worth whatever investment it is that you want to make for yourself, with yourself, however you want to word it. The freedom and the inner peace that you will experience is indescribable, and you cannot put a dollar value on it. You just can't. This type of true freedom it's just indescribable. Oops, almost knocked my phone over. And I'm here to tell you that no matter what physical items and material things that you obtain throughout your life will never amount to this type of freedom and inner peace. A lot of people think that once they have a certain house or a certain car or a certain job or a certain partner or a certain friendship or a certain experience or the list goes on, that they will feel fulfilled and happy. None of those things will ever truly fulfill your soul like it would if you invested in yourself to do the inner work, okay? And they will make you happy, sure, for a short amount of time, and it will fade. It will fade. It will fade, I promise. I've been there. And anyway, take inspired action. Take inspired action from your heart. You have to be open. Stop living in the scarcity mindset. You don't have to pick and choose. You can have it all. You can say, stuff ego and just jump into, what you're wanting so that your soul can start to properly align and just make an empowered decision. Because, it's funny how we will find the money to have all those things, right? The house, the money, the car, the phone, but we can't find the money to invest in ourselves. And we can't find the money to invest in our internal well-being. And that will last your entire life. All the other material, physical things are temporary. But when you invest in yourself, that's an investment that will last your entire lifetime here. So think about that. And just know that when you do the inner work, when you start to do this inner work, that's when you start to have all the things that you're in such alignment with your soul that things will flow to you, and you won't have to be busting your ass. You won't have to sacrifice time. You won't feel empty. It'll all just flow to you, and because you'll be so aligned with your soul. So anyway, this video is a little bit long, and if you took the time to watch it, I love you and I appreciate you, and you are here by divine appointment, and you were meant to watch this video. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me. I would love to connect with you. I love chatting with every single one of you. It just makes my heart so happy. And have a beautiful day. If you are wanting to work with me in a group setting, I still have a few spots left for my Soul Alignment Mastermind group. Just message me. Love you.